Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. So we're at the Last Spike rest area, and this is where they have a monument and a few plaques and that about the CPR rail line finally going across the country. This was where the last spike was driven. We're going to be going east towards a place called Three Valley Gap. Now this rest area is just east of Sicamous. Three Valley Gap is just west of Revelstoke. So that's going to be on highway number 1, the TransCanada Highway. And the map there, it said, what did it say, half hour or something like that, but that's not right. It's taking into account some bad weather that's there right now. It's typically about a 20-minute drive, I think, something closer to that. And this is of course, the TransCanada Highway, and that's gonna take you from, say, Vancouver to Calgary, that direction, or the other way. This is the beginning of fall right now, so you can see some of the trees are starting to change color a little bit, and there's not a whole lot of traffic from vacation traffic, that sort of thing, tourist traffic. Yeah, this area does get a fair amount of snow. We're heading towards the Rocky Mountains, and you can see ahead the hills are quite steep. The mountains are steep, and the canyon, especially Three Valley Gap, seems to be really prone to avalanches in the winter. So if you're driving this in the winter, it's there's quite a few times through the winter that this road is closed. So we passed a kind of a yellow gate back there that drops across the highway, and there might even be another one up here, but that's where they'll kind of stop traffic until they get the road cleared again. You can always tell they get a lot of snow when they have the signs on the side of the highway, like hanging from chains and that, instead of the post going through the center. So when the snow plow goes by and it hits it with snow, it doesn't bend it over, they just kind of move out of the way. So you notice all those signs they're kind of hanging instead of being affixed directly to the pole. I think that's a hot spring pool back there. Never stopped there, but there's a few in the area. Area like West Kootenays. think this would be called West Kootenays. I'm not sure exactly. But there's, if you head to Revelstoke and head south, there's one called Halcyon Hot Springs that I've been to quite a few times. But this one here is a little easier for a lot of people. It's right on the highway. Super nice day, so you can really see the mountains. Might be a little bit of smoke in the air still from some forest fires that were hanging around and burning still a little bit this time of year. I think by this time most of them were pretty much taken care of, but I think there were still a couple, if I remember correctly. I can't remember, but it's I think there was a bit of smoke in the air still. Some of that could be smog and stuff too, like tends to blow up from the coast, Vancouver area, and that kind of hangs in the mountains. So that bridge is the Eagle River, and when we were in Sicamous, we did a drive along there. See, it's on the left-hand side here now, but it was on the right. But you'll actually get salmon coming up from the coast, up the Fraser River, and they'll be spawning up here a little ways. There's a spawning channel. So it's kind of interesting when you think how far they travel. I think in the fall there's I think there's a bridge at a place called what's it called? Enchanted Forest or something, I think. And I think there's a bridge there where you can watch them, you know, when they're brightly colored going under the bridge, because it's quite shallow, and I guess that's a spawning area there, a gravel bed. So if you're going through here in the fall, it's something to check out. I've never actually been to the Enchanted Forest, but it's I always see the signs. It looks like they got one of those kind of rope ladder bridge, that obstacle kind of course thing up in the treetops. So that'd be kind of interesting. And I know there's a bunch of stuff for kids and that. It's kind of a tourist attraction, so they've got some, I don't know, some buildings and stuff. Yeah, I think this is it here actually. Yeah, worth checking out on the internet. Kind of one of those things when you're a kid and you drive by, you want your parents to stop, but they rarely do. Life's full of disappointments. I learned that early on. So I've mentioned before in previous videos of the area, this is a really popular snowmobile destination, and they're kind of specialized snowmobiles. They're really long and they have really deep tracks on them, a lot longer than you'd in a snowmobile you'd see, say, on the prairies or somewhere where they're mainly riding on trails. These are more what they refer to as mountain sleds, and built to go in really deep snow and straight vertical up these hillsides and stuff. And some of the stuff these guys ride on is pretty crazy. So the place we're going, Three Valley Gap, it's a settlement. I guess it's referred to as a settlement, but there's mainly what you'll see is a big chateau there. It's like a 200 room or something hotel kind of thing, nestled between these super steep mountains. But the lake there, I believe the lake's called Three Valley Gap Lake too. Anyway, that lake drains into all these other bodies of water in this kind of valley. So the lake you just saw there on the right, and eventually into Eagle River, down into Shuswap Lake, and down Thompson into South Thompson into Fraser River. So, and that's how these fish all get to the coast. But yeah, it's all kind of connected along here. I should mention my camera hangs off the side of my truck, so you might think I'm driving over the line, but I'm really not. It's a kind of an optical illusion thing, and perspective's a little different because it's not where you'd normally be sitting if you were driving a car. But once in a while you might see my hood pop up on the right, just kind of give you an idea how far over the actual truck is. I think what you see straight ahead there are those mountains. There's another valley there, so I think that's number 2 of the valleys. And then the one we're going to be pointing towards here, this goes up to Revelstoke. I think Revelstoke's maybe about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that up the road. I'm not really sure, but I can't remember. But you can just see the chateau up there and doing some road work here. But see how steep it is here? That's where they get these avalanches, and it's quite significant. See on the side they've built everything up to kind of slow some of the snow down. But yeah, so they're always doing repairs here because of the damage from the snow. Here's another one of those gates. Get some scale. You can see the building up ahead there on the lake at the end there. It's actually quite high, so it's you could almost see how exposed they are. It doesn't seem to actually get hit with snow, so but these cliffs are so vertical along here. I guess they had to carve away quite a bit to get the road in here. But this is where we'll end the video, just up ahead here. If you like this type of thing, think about subscribing. I always appreciate it if you give it a like. And we'll continue on the next one, probably head towards Revelstoke. Yeah, let's see what we'll see down there. And other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.